much any character that he picks up. But Mario, the one that he kind of settled on, I think, over Lucina, just really pushing to make that into his best character, and it has certainly paid off. On the other end of the spectrum, players who are playing other characters and trying to learn more than what they traditionally play. Hugh is mainly known for his Charizard, not just his trainer, but specifically the Zard. He's been playing a lot of Ike lately. And Toad has been switching back and forth between Peach and Palutena, kind of trying to figure out which he wants to go forward on, but Peach really the main girl.
Yeah, so, I noticed Hugh also played some other characters earlier in bracket, as we get a good look at Cool Kid right there.
Let's go.
I noticed he was playing some Snake. I noticed he was playing, I think, some Roy earlier, so maybe this is just like a test run for certain characters and stick them with the Ike in the top 12 bracket.
Have you guys seen that thing where it's like, if you main Peach, you have like one of these as secondaries, and it's like, what is it, like Bayo, like Palu and stuff like that?
Yeah, Bayo, Palu, and Peach. It's assumed you play 2 out of 3. Those characters, pretty much always.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wii Fit gets sprinkled in there occasionally as well. You're thinking of Rose, though, specifically.
It's not a bad, like, trifecta of characters to have 2 of. Like, I feel like Peach and Palutena would cover for each other's bad matchups. As we get an up tilt, that was
that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh wow, the up tilt killed. Let's go top platform, doing work. That's busted. Yeah, I definitely agree that, like, you know, Peach obviously is a character that's very technical, probably one of the more difficult characters to play in the cast, if not the most difficult character to play at the highest level, but also definitely known as one of the best characters in the game. However, some people just know how to play against Peach. I think the older the player, the better they do against Peach as a whole. Like, if they were around in Brawl, if they were around in 4, if they played Melee, they kind of get how Peach functions, where a lot of newer players may not understand as well.
Yeah, Peach's general... Sorry, go ahead, Cool Kid.
Yeah, I think just Pac wants to flex his boomer knowledge right here.
No. This isn't boomer knowledge. My point is, like, when you're playing Peach and you run into somebody who knows how to fight the character, you can just switch to a character like Palutena, and I promise you, nobody's sitting across the setup going, "Ooh boy, wow. Palutena!" Like, you don't want to fight a Palutena in bracket. I promise. That's a very strong, very well-rounded character with probably less weaknesses than Peach in all reality.
Yeah, I feel like Peach, to your point, Pac, Peach's general game plan hasn't really changed much from game to game. Like, obviously some things have changed, like, she doesn't have the melee down smash, and doesn't have crouch canceling, obviously, in this game. But she's still going to be float canceling in your face, throwing out these, like, aerials that don't have the short hop, like, what's the word? Short hop.
Short hop macro?
Yes, the short hop macro.
Yeah.
But as we're seeing right now, Hugh kind of running away with this first game. He's got Luis at 50% on his last stock, and he's overlapped him in percent.
This is what happens when 2 players really play against each other on a frequent basis. Like I mentioned before, Hugh and Toad played before several times, so Hugh tends to know a lot of Toad's habits, and he can exploit that with multiple characters, because I don't think his game plan personally is going to change too much if he knows the direction to go. That was an excellent counter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from both players. Obviously, Hugh has a pretty good lead. He jumped out to a very early lead. But Toad definitely not letting it kind of...
Wait, did he just pull another Stitch?
Yeah, he has 2 Stitches.
They're like almost back. Oh! Okay.
That's not going to kill with it. No.
I don't think that's going to kill. Boy.
No.
How did he shield break? I didn't catch that.
It was a Stitch face into forward air.
Okay, that's a Peach, I guess.
I believe Hugh's shield was already hit a little bit, so it wasn't like a full 100% shield break, but Hugh gonna be taking that first game regardless of the shield break.
Yeah, taking it with a lot of room to spare as well. Toad's gonna have to make some fast adjustments.
I think it was just Toad, like, really just not being able to kill Hugh and just dying, like, pretty early to rage. Like, he died at 100 to rage, Ike, dash attack, like, center stage 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, kind of got to kill him right there, or else is gonna die really early, especially since he's like in the air a lot, and he won't be shielding as much as other characters because of the float cancels.
It seems like every move that Ike has just has like horrific knockback growth, where it's just you're going to be hit at 80% and you suddenly die and you don't know why. You're like, this move wasn't sending me nearly as far at 60%. Why am I dying at 80? And people just don't know how to like get past that and react to that.
Like it's like Ganon Jr. kinda.
Ganon Jr. That's my favorite Ganon.
You just did that.
My man's just 0 to death his buddy on stream.
He was like, I'm gonna kill him.
Ike Downer has to be one of the most satisfying moves to hit.
Oh god, he's going insane.
Yeah, Ike down air looks utterly painful. Like you get hit by one of that and it shakes you to your core.
Like every spike obviously is very fun to hit in this game, but I feel like there's a few that are just specifically satisfying. Ike down air being one of them, Mewtwo down air, Cloud forward air, all three of those are just so satisfying to hit the spike on.
I really do not agree with the decision to go back to Battlefield in this particular matchup. I feel like Ike gets so much more off platforms than Peach does. Although Toad is very proficient with his platform game, it's still something that's, if you lost by like a full stock, when you lose, and you lose heavily, especially against somebody who you know you can beat if you're playing well, sometimes you just need to make the adjustment on the stage switch. So if you know it's a stage that benefits their character, don't go back there.
I mean, I just generally don't like to go back on the stage I lost.
That's a good mentality to have.
Yeah.
Like, obviously you want to think, oh, it wasn't the stage's fault. I can make the adjustments and I can, change the outcome. But if you lose on a stage, you have to know your opponent wants this stage back. He knows that he can beat you on here. And he goes for another number.
Goes for the multi-parry right before that. He was a monster.
I think he was just in Toad's head, especially the downer starting off. He gets like all that momentum and he kind of gets him scared in a sense.
Yeah, we haven't seen Toad really go for any of those Peach combos without. Oh, we got the bomb. Except for the last one he just cried. That was his first one in this entire set.
Oh, bomb! That scared me. I'm looking at this at a teensy tiny little bit of delay.
That's probably not like teensy tiny. That's kind of like
about 10 seconds ish.
Well, I'm looking at the actual stream.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, okay. You can check in Discord. Live there.
I can do that. I didn't know. Good work, cool kid. I, as a boomer, I have only learned so many fundamentals of this thing you call Discord. I am used to Ventrilo and TeamSpeak 3 and 2 cans with a long wire that you hold up to your ear and one person talks into the can so you can hear them.
Old dog learns new trick.
Old man learns a Discord.
I'm ready for Pac to start talking to us about like forum posts back in 1998.
Bro, back in my day, we didn't know what an interwebs was. Okay.
Palutena
the switch to Palutena is absolutely the correct decision on Toad's part, without question. The Peach wasn't going well. The reason Hugh was winning so handily wasn't even necessarily the mental game, but he was using Ike's range to fight through everything that Peach can do to get in at the angles that Toad was approaching. So, like, if you're not approaching with Fair or Bear, you really don't have that much range with Peach with all of the rest of her moves. And Ike's sword is just too long with the game plan that Toad had. So maybe Palutena, when he does get in, can do a lot more than Peach was doing.
Also, I want to point out that we're back in Battlefield again, which is it's kind of a risky decision because Hugh in the past 2 games of Battlefield really solidly, and it might be different now that Toad is playing Palu, but at the same time it's kind of risky just because Hugh was good on the stage and he doesn't utilize the platforms and all that sort of thing. So it's, I don't know if this is Toad's comfort pick. I think it might be. But
yeah, especially when you're playing a character like Palu, who doesn't really have any bad stages. Like, she can pretty much take advantage of any stage she's given. Yeah. I would have liked to see a different stage come out from Toad.
The alternative line of thinking there is that not just that it's a comfort pick. The only reason I can see that Toad really would stick is because he now knows kind of the habits that he was going for on the platforms, and he's confident enough that he will be able to punish you in those situations. And that, still, I agree with you guys. I think that a change of scenery might have been good as Hugh takes a quick and early-ish lead, because 80% is not quite the kill range you want to put a character as heavy as I get.
And we've seen this happen before, where Hugh just slowly starts to get food and Toad struggles to kill, except for there. Don't worry about what I just said. Never mind.
It's Friday the 13th, and us commentators are cursing all over the place.
True. Immediately I start talking about Hugh.
That was some mighty fine segue in there, Ro.
Honestly.
Even Daddy Segway would be proud of that one.
Ooh. I like the reverse on the Nair there. He was trying to chain a few more on the platform. Just missed the... I think he tried to full hop and get a short hop instead, which is why he couldn't continue that combo.
Can't Palu just... yeah, dash attacks been taking a lot of stocks, but can Palu just side B to beat out Ike's side B, when he's recovering?
I would assume so.
It's harder to time that and position that than you might think. But yes, technically you do have that option.
Yeah. It's probably better just back air like Toad has been doing, especially with the high frames you get.
Yeah, he tried to get it right there, but Hugh wisely just dodging it over.
That was good. I like that. Just as we say something about the side B.
Can confirm he was wise. When it comes to his game plans in Smash in general, he just is really, really good at figuring out what his opponents want to go for, right from the get-go. You have to play such a diverse way, mix up everything you possibly can in order to succeed.
Wow, he wanted everything right there.
When Ike goes down like that, you just gotta be scared. Because you in your mind, you know what might come, which is just that raw forward or killing you super early.
And Ike is just a character that kind of instills fear in his opponent. That's part of his game plan, is making you scared of his options. You're am I gonna get nared? And then you're playing scared and trying to not get nared, and then suddenly you get, killed by a dash attack or an up B.
Something doing a forward smash, they can condition you really hard. There have been a lot of times where I played Ike, and they conditioned me to air dodge the entire first game, and the second game you just bait that air dodge out.
As we are seeing here, Toad no stranger to playing from behind, although he did just eat a sword as I started saying that. He still had a very, very good stock to try to